Jerks. Jerks have no gender. The only difference is the package they come in. No one earns the right to be called a jerk for merely acting like one once or twice. If we are honest, all of us act like jerks now and then. However, the most fundamental identifying feature of true jerks is their persistent resistance to ever changing their core jerk qualities. No matter how many times they have been confronted by you or others, they still persist in their hurtful pattern. If it is possible to reform a jerk, it will almost always require a major life crisis or life-transforming event. But the longer the jerk's track record, the lower the likelihood for improvement. The first criterion for identifying a jerk is the habit of breaking boundaries. Boundary breakers come in many forms. One common type is the player. Players have an insatiable appetite for attention and the intoxicating excitement of infatuation. For a player, living within the fences of one relationship is both boring and unfulfilling. Players feel trapped by any sense of commitment and are addicted to the frequent fix of new love. But don't expect them to immediately extinguish the old flame. The irony of players is that they often try to keep one relationship burning while they ignite another. Another common type of habitual boundary breaker is the space invader. The space invader's motto is, "What is mine, and what is yours is mine." Space invaders have a never-ending entitlement to your attention, interest, money, time, and emotional support. But a relationship with a space invader is never a two-way street. You must conform to their agenda, or you will be left behind. Count yourself fortunate if you are ever left behind. The second diagnostic trait of a jerk is the utter inability to ever see anything from anyone else's perspective. Did you ever have a relationship with someone like this? You may not know it at first, because the deflection of your perspective seems trivial. You feel a bit selfish and would most likely not bring it to their attention. Why? Because you are a good-hearted person who is more inclined to overlook and forgive a shortcoming than hold it over someone's head. Good-hearted people, by the way, have the greatest risk for staying in a relationship with a jerk because good-hearted people so quickly forgive, overlook problems, minimize shortcomings, and give second chances, and third and fourth, etc. Give them the benefit of the doubt, you think. Everyone makes mistakes. But after a person fails to recognize your perspective several times, a pattern emerges, and you realize the occasions of oversight are actually related in a long strand of similar self-absorbed omissions. This pattern is what becomes so difficult to handle in a long-term relationship. You feel a void of never being understood or validated. In time, you realize that you are invisible to your partner. The third identifying feature of a jerk is a dangerous lack of emotional controls and balance. Failure to express feelings appropriately immobilizes one's ability to build healthy relationships and relate intimately. People afflicted with this characteristic most likely are either immature and emotionally turbulent or emotionally flat and unexpressive. The range and fluctuation of emotion can be described as a pendulum. The midpoint, or area of rest, represents emotional calm. A swing to the right side indicates extreme emotional reactions. A swing to the left represents little to no emotion. Emotionally unstable people live on either the extreme right or the extreme left of center. Those on the right are the overreacting, explosive personality types. Those on the left are the flatliners. They have no emotional pulse. At first they appear easygoing, but later you realize that they are cold and detached. Emotionally unstable men and women typically have their best showing in the initial stages of a relationship. Overreacting types are often the life of the party. They are known for their enthusiastic and entertaining personalities. They are addicted to captivating, fast-paced romances that mask their deeper problems under a shroud of attentiveness and passion. Yet with time and exposure, their dark side emerges. If you've been involved with an emotionally unstable person, be careful about swinging on the pendulum from one side to the other. In other words, if you have been with someone on the right, overreactive side, then the left side, marked by emotional detachment, will feel like a safe haven, but not forever. Eventually, you will feel empty and unloved, as if you escaped from an emotional